Alex Jones and AOC couldn't be on more opposite sides of the political spectrum, but they share one striking commonality: a wary mistrust of
the military-industrial complex.
A mistrust shared actually with quite a few people, like this guy, and these guys over here, and yeah, all of these guys. See, the military-industrial complex has been criticized throughout American history basically since its founding. So this isn't news, and if you've read a newspaper or hung out with any potheads in the last 10 years, you've definitely heard of this concept. And while the US military expenditure as a percentage of the GDP has dropped precipitously in the last 60 years, the US still spends more on its military than the next top 6 countries combined. And it's not stopping. The 2027 military budget is posed at $1.5 trillion. That's 42% higher than last year and 148% higher than just a decade ago. The American people are growing restless because they believe they've been lied to for years.
Weapons of mass destruction.
They feel that certain groups are profiting and retaining power by propagating the fear of world-dominating terrorists. A fear that has retained strength because it does contain kernels of truth. Iran is still the same regime that massacred 30,000 of its own people protesting for political freedom. It's the same regime that deployed moral police on Mahsa Amini, that beat her to death for not wearing her hijab correctly. It's the same regime that has been chanting death to America for decades. And those that have fears about Iranian nuclear procurement are valid, but how exactly we prevent that threat is the real question, and direct acts of war and/or covert interventionism doesn't seem to be the answer. Since 2002, America has spent $8 trillion fighting the war on terror, and nearly 1 million people have lost their lives. Yet the public doesn't feel any safer, and the purported threat doesn't appear any less vanquished. If anything, they're emboldened. So, I don't know, perhaps I'm naive, and this is a just war, and America is seeking moral retribution for the protesters and Mahsa Amini and the thousands of unknown heroes like her. Perhaps we really are altruistic, and the economic burdens we feel now just don't compare to reestablishing the glory of the freedoms that the Iranian people cherished before the 1979 revolution. This war is, like all things in history, nuanced. And there's much to be discussed regarding both the history and the future of American-Iranian relations, and we will talk about it.